Hi folks, I hope everyone's doing really good. Since I got a little extra time on my hands, I'm going to show you guys, it's called the Little Bandit by Parker Cutlery Company. And they were made in the late 70s, early 80s. I do remember when they came out because I wanted to get one, but I already had a buck 110 at the time. And back then you pretty much carried one knife until you lost it, broke it, or it got stolen before you bought another one. But anyway, let's take a quick spin around the block. I'm not going to name these all off because I will do a video someday on all my Parker Frost stuff. And you'll see right down here, these are either Parker Frost, Parker, or Frost, if that makes sense. I will show you this one here, just because it has some sweet ebony handles or inlays. And this is a old Frost cutlery before they merged with Parker. It's pretty unique. So yeah, I'll be doing a video probably on all of them together someday. But you see, here's a pretty nice Eagle brand Parker in mother of pearl. So let's kind of take a quick look up at them. Oh no, what's on the block? Could that be the Pakistani meat grinder? It might be. Right here too, this is my prized Eagle brand Parker. It's a big old chunky stag razor Barlow. So you'll see, I did a video on this a little bit back. If you guys want to check it out if you didn't see it. But look how chunky that stag is. A little dirty. Oops. So we'll put that back there. That makes a good ornament in front of the Pakistani meat grinder. I got to be careful because that thing's a bear trap on the block there. Them blades could start gator snapping one after another if I make the wrong move here. It wasn't fun putting it together like that or getting all the blades out. Yes, sir, that's 10 blades. 10 blades of Pakistani fierceness. Okay, getting a little yellow action there. I don't like that. But as you'll see, got Big John Henry protecting us all on the high perch. Beautiful Shatton Morgan and curly maple. And some of the same things over there. But what I did over here, check the Barlows out, is I put the big boy kind of in between to see how things looked. And I kind of like it. I put out all my vintage Barlows, the ones with the ring bolsters at the bottom there. So you got the Keen Cutter Camillus, the Ideal Cutlery, which is actually Stuart Harvey, our subscriber Stuart Harvey, cracked the code. And it definitely is made by Colonial Knife Company in Rhode Island. Most likely nothing was built in Reading, Pennsylvania, even though it's on the tang. It most likely was a cutlery distributor or dealer. And it's kind of like a special factory order, I guess. Colonial Knife Company made a whole bunch of these Barlows for them to sell at that location. And right next to it, you got some dark saw cut bone with the Boker USA and Schrade Walden and the Russell. Let's see if we can get a little closer. And one other thing I wanted to point out on that I didn't point out on the last video. There's a 1920s to 1930s Winchester in the back here with custom stag handles. And I'm not sure when the handles were put on. But I forgot to mention on this, not only is there no cracks in the bone, you gotta watch out for that Pakistani meat grinder, is there's like 100% steel on this. And that is a pretty cool clip point. I think Chris Osh pointed that out to me in the comments. And I forgot to bring that up. But anyway, it's a pretty cool knife. I hope to find another one for it to put next to it. But until then, we'll leave it right there. And what else do we got? Seeing the Winchester in the back. I want to take a good look at the Pakistani meat grinder. 10 blades of finger nipping hell. Believe me. Took me about 20 minutes just to set them blades out. And over here, I figured I'd throw out, that's a 2017 GEC pattern 73 single blade Scout Trapper at the bottom. And right next to it, of course, is the vintage Johnson, Christopher Johnson out of Sheffield with a nice ebony handle. So you got some Cocobolo and some ebony right there. But without further ado, let's bring out the little Bandit. Smokey and the Bandit. And we do have the pedestal of fame all set for this one. This is a cool knife, you guys. Now, if you do go to pick one of these up, look carefully at the bolsters, because they're not brass. It's like a finish. But what that finish did was it was harsh. The plating on it was harsh to the steel underneath it. And you will see these are all frost rusted on the older ones. So be careful if you go out to buy one. If you're patient, you probably can find one for $30 without the box. But I suggest, I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt because I picked this one instead of one that was just as nice, but for like $10 more to get the box. Because the box is pretty cool. But I figured I'd save $10 and skip the box. But now I'm kind of wishing I would have got the box. So that's enough about the box. And you'll see it's a high polished finish on the blade. Little Bandit raccoon. You have your Parker Cut Company Tang stamp. And if you look, there's 6 pins. 6-pin construction on this bad boy. And I don't know what color, what should we call that? Kind of a red stag jig bone, something like that. But anyway, let's take a look at the other side. That's very impressive. But the pile side looks pretty sweet too. It's in pretty good condition, $40 if I didn't mention that. And you'll see when I get it in my hand, it's pretty solid. There's no doubt about that. Nice aggressive clip point. Okay, let's take a look at it here. I'll slide this out for a second and take some measurements. So you'll see, we'll drop this down a little bit. It's going to collapse. Nice big thumbprint. But, I mean, all in all, it's got a little spot to choke up on it right there, so it feels really comfortable. A few little scratches on the bolster. I don't know what kind of plating that is on there. It's not brass, it's not copper. Some kind of cheap. It's cheap, put it that way, because it rusts. Whatever kind of plating it is, it rusts, and it rusts bad. So if you buy one, you might want to keep some oil on it. Let's take a look at the size of the handle. So it's about 4 inches exactly. And the blade, 3 1/4. About 2 3/4 on the cutting edge. Is that right? 3 1/4 total. A little over 2 3/4. It's sharp too. It's factory edge, but really sharp. That was one thing about the Parkers. Every Parker, especially the Eagle brand, were really sharp. Let me clean this up real quick, and I'll compare it with some other the same pattern, only a little bit bigger, and see what happens. Go like this. We'll set this out here. Put the little Bandit in the middle. And yes, let's pull out the K-bar. X177. Put that right there. And I figure we might as well use the Winchester. I don't want to bother Big John Henry on top of the perch, but he would look good out here too. And let's take a quick look, and everybody can go on their way. Get everything in the shot. So, my friends, even though there's a lot of reflection there, it's a pretty nice shot. So, my friends, take care, be safe. Have a good one. Bye-bye.